Hi, I'm Sophie, and welcome to another bookish adventure. It's the 3rd of July, which means it's time for Summerween. Summerween is a readathon created by Gabby Reads. She creates readathons to bring the spirit of Halloween into the other seasons of the year. So in January, I participated in Winterween, and now it's time for Summerween. I'm so excited about this. Halloween is my favorite holiday of the year, and I really want to celebrate it multiple times a year, and this readathon really helps doing that. We have a bingo board with 5 reading prompts and then activity prompts, which I love that it's not just reading prompts, that we also get to do some activities. And I have some things planned for tomorrow. This weekend I will focus on the readathon, but then during the week I have to work, so I can only read during the evenings. So I don't know if I will be able to read more than one book. We'll see what happens. Because I'm also still reading like 4 other books, like 3 physical and 1 audiobook. It's a bit of a mess. I'm a bit chaotic right now. It is what it is. But I want to do this readathon, so I want to start another book for this. I'll go over the bingo board with you. So first we have the 5 reading prompts. We have read a book in the dark. I don't know if I will read anything for that. I will just read my first book, and then if I have more time, I will see if I can read something short in the evenings. We'll see. Then we have the general prompt, read a horror or a thriller book, which I will fulfill. Then we have read a new to you author, read a book with pink on the cover, because the theme of this summer is a little bit pink, as you can see. And we have read a book with less than 250 pages, which is something that you can combine with Read in the Dark, I think. Not sure if I will do that one. Then we have the activity prompts, listen to a spooky playlist. I think I will do that while I'm reading today. Watch a horror movie. I'm planning to do that this evening or tomorrow with my husband. We're still deciding, and we have no idea what we're going to watch yet. Then we have bake a treat, which we are doing together tomorrow. That's planned. We're doing that for sure. We just don't know what we're making yet. And then we have make a fun drink as the last prompt. I don't think I will do that one. No plans for that one. We'll see what happens during this week. But I've picked my first book, and it's a really exciting one. I don't know yet which prompts it will fulfill except for the horror thriller, because it's a blind date with a book. This is one of the books, if you've watched my birthday book haul, this is one of the books that my husband gifted me for my birthday in March. And he gifted me 6 books, and he wrapped them and wrote a few words on them. So I can just pick a book, unwrap it, and then read it. I haven't actually read any of them. So this is the first one that we're unwrapping together, and I'm so excited about it. I have no idea what's in this. So this is it says horror-ish, so I'm going to count it. He wrote that it's horror. We're going to say that it's a horror book. I have no idea what it is, so we'll see. It's dark academia, exciting, but it does give me more like fall vibes than Summerween, but we're going with it. Gothic, historical, queer love, and Frankenstein vibes. Really, I have no idea what this is going to be, so I'm just going to unwrap it, and we'll see. Oh, I don't know if I've heard of this one. So it's The Resurrectionist? I mean, the title rings a bell? I don't know. I don't know. I will have to read the synopsis because I have no idea what this is about. So Death is Only the Beginning. This is definitely an author I haven't read from before, so counts for that prompt. Let's see, is it under? No, it's over 300 pages, so it won't count for that. And it has, does it have pink on the cover? This is red. Is this pink enough? The prompt is pink on the cover, not pink cover. So I think we can count it, actually. I think we can count it for pink on the cover. So that's 3 prompts for this one. Am I cheating with this? I don't know. If we have more time, I can read another book with pink on the cover. I'll just read you the synopsis. So it's 1828. James Willoughby arrives in Edinburgh. That's funny, I'm currently reading another book that's set in Edinburgh and London. With empty pockets and a dream of studying surgery. Oh my god, it sounds like it's not the book that I'm reading, but it sounds similar. Desperate to scrape together fees for the city's leading anatomy school. Yeah, He strikes a deal with Nye McKinnon, a dashing young dissectionist who provides the way into this elite academic realm via the cemetery. James descends with Nye, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name right, into the underground ranks of the resurrectionists, men infamous for body snatching and selling their spoils as anatomical specimens. Before long, they are caught up in a life or death scheme, but as James and Nye lock eyes across the graves and dissection tables, they realize that they yearn to be more than partners in crime. A thrilling tale of murder, love, and grisly origins of modern medicine, The Resurrectionist is a masterful debut novel that will enthrall and delight fans of Gothic fiction. This is so funny, actually, because I'm reading Immortality, which is a sequel to Anatomy. And Anatomy is about a woman who dresses up as a boy to enter the Anatomist Society. And with the help of a resurrection man, like a gravedigger, she goes to the cemetery to seal bodies to like practice anatomy on, because she's a woman and she's actually not allowed to do that. So it's so funny because it sounds pretty similar, except that this one is queer. Anatomy I gave 3 stars, currently reading the sequel, and I'm guessing that will also be 3 stars. I'm hoping I will love this more because like the concept really speaks to me, but it's so funny that they're so similar when you read the synopsis. They're also both set in like the 19th century and in Edinburgh. Funny. Okay, so I'm going to get reading and I will update you once I've read a little bit in this book. It's Saturday, it's the second day of Summerween, and I made it halfway through The Resurrectionists. Yesterday I read 140 pages, read a different book in bed, so I'm quite happy with that progress. And I thought now was a good time to update you a little bit. I can't help but compare this to Anatomy, because the premise is so similar, but I am enjoying this one a lot more than I enjoyed Anatomy. Like I said in my intro, I gave Anatomy 3 stars, currently reading that sequel, almost done with that, and I feel like that will also be like a 3 star. This one, not sure yet, because I think the second half will decide what the rating is, because the plot is slow going. But I feel like this could be like a 3.5 or 4, depending on how it goes in the second half. But yeah, the atmosphere I think is a lot better than in Anatomy. And you know, it's Gothic fiction, so atmosphere is like the most important thing. And I feel like the descriptions of Edinburgh, of the grave digging, of the anatomy lessons are better. And I like the writing style just a lot more. Obviously, this one is adult and Anatomy's YA, so I think that has a part in it. I like the characters, I think they're interesting. Like I said, the plot is a little bit slow going, but I don't mind because I am intrigued where it is going. I think it is more a fall read than a summer read, but I really like Edinburgh in the 19th century. That's something that I'm learning by reading these kinds of books. I really like that setting. Like you saw in my clips, I will do an update of the bingo board over here somewhere. I listened to some like Summerween ambience spooky playlist while I was reading yesterday, and we also watched a horror movie last night. We decided to watch Ready or Not 2. I think I watched Ready or Not last year, but it's not on my Letterboxd. That's the place where I rate movies and series, so maybe it's 2 years ago, or maybe I just forgot to rate it. I enjoyed Ready or Not 2. I gave it 3.5 stars. I did a little bit less than the first movie, but just because I thought that the concept was a little bit repetitive. So the first movie was more interesting because of that, but I did really like the ending of the movie, and I would recommend. It's like horror, but also with comedy. And the setup of the first movie is this girl that marries a rich guy, and then after they are wedded, the family is like, oh, there's this game we have to play, initiation ritual into our family, and she pulls a card to decide which game they play, and it's hide and seek. And apparently hide and seek is the bad card, and it means that they are going to hunt her. I'm not going to say more, because I think watching the movie, knowing much more is best way to go into it. But yeah, it's like a horror version of hide and seek, which I thought was quite fun. But obviously when you repeat that same, not like exact same premise, but like the premise of hide and seek, that's like a brutal game of murder, I think the second time around it's a bit less interesting. So yeah, that's my little update. I'm happy with the progress I'm making. It's only the second day of Summerween. Normally we are going to bake cookies later today. I will insert some clips when we do that, and I will probably talk to you once I've finished this. I don't think I will do another update, but we'll see what happens. Finished The Resurrectionist, but before I give you my final thoughts, I want to show off this cookie. Like you saw in the previous clips, we baked these together. I really wanted to bake something with my husband this weekend because we have this tradition to bake something together on Halloween, so I thought, why not make it a Summerween tradition as well. This was actually the first time we attempted these cookies, and I think they turned out great. These are like chewy molasses spice cookies from Claire Savage, dessert person. I will link her YouTube channel down below, and these are very, very good. So they kind of remind me of gingerbread, but they have this spicy aftertaste. They're also, like the recipe said, quite chewy, and I like that in cookies, so success. And I think we will make these more often. They do have like a little bit of a Christmas vibe to them, but I don't care. I will eat this whenever. It doesn't matter which time of the year it is. So very, very good. The Resurrectionists, I ended up giving this one 4 stars. So I was quite surprised by this story, how much I liked it. Not a new favorite or anything. I do want to say that I don't think I will count this as a horror book for the bingo board, because the genre is a bit of a mix of things. It's gothic fiction, but I would say that the main genre is historical fiction. It also is true crime. It also has some horror elements, but I wouldn't call it the main genre, and it has a romantic subplot that is queer. Yeah, so I won't be counting it for that, but I will be counting it for new to you author and for pink on the cover. But like my next tweet also has pink on the cover, so I will definitely cover that prompt. But yeah, I will insert here an updated version of the bingo board. In the author's note, it turned out that like a lot of this book is based on true events. That's the true crime aspect of it. that actually comes in the second part of the book, which is why I haven't mentioned it in my first update. But I didn't know about this, so for me it was really like a mystery that we were trying to solve. And I do think that added to the book, not knowing about this and figuring it out afterwards that it was based on real events. But I'm not going to say which historical events or what true crime this is based on. But if you have heard about it, you will probably get a lot of references throughout the book, which will also be fun, I think. So yeah, would recommend this. Like I said, I recently read Immortality for another vlog, which is Sequel to Anatomy, which has a very similar premise to this one. But I do think this one is a lot better, so I would recommend you read The Resurrectionists instead of Anatomy if you're looking for a book that is set in 19th century Edinburgh and features like anatomy and like grave robbing, body snatching, that kind of thing. I would recommend you read this one. So yeah, happy to say that I had a 4-star read to start this off with. My next book is going to be Lucky Day by Chuck Tingle. I'm going to read this for the horror/thriller prompt. It also definitely has pink on the cover more than the previous book. It is, unfortunately, it's under 300 pages, but it's unfortunately over 250 pages, so it won't count for that. I don't think I will read it in dark. I will just read it whenever I have time. Don't know if I will read another book after this. It's a short one, so who knows, but today is Sunday, the third day of the readathon, and I have time to read this afternoon and evening, but tomorrow I'm working again, and then I only have time to read in the evening, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah. That's like the gift note that's sticking out of it. I hope I will enjoy this one. I read Bury Your Gaze by Chuck Tingle last year and really enjoyed that one. And this one is his latest release. It's like Fabulous Bodies is coming out next week, I think. But this one came out last year. I don't know a lot about it. I know that the main character is bisexual, I think. And like a few years ago, this low probability event happened where like a disaster occurred where like millions of people died, but statistics said that it would actually never be able to happen because the probability was so low. And the main character is a former statistics professor, I think. And I don't know, a special agent shows up on her doorstep. They want to investigate this lucky casino. And that's all I know about it. I hope that it will have maybe like some sci-fi elements, because Bury Your Gaze had that, and I do love me some sci-fi horror, so let's get reading. Read the first 100 pages of Lucky Day, and I'm here to update you with my initial thoughts. The start of this book is so out there, but so fun, and quite similar to Bury Your Gaze, where the start is also like kind of ridiculous and horrifying at the same time. We follow statistics and probability professor, and she's celebrating the publication of her book with her friends and her mother. And she's planning to come out to her mother on that day because her mother thinks she and Annie, her fiance, are roommates, and the mother doesn't know that she's bisexual. This coming out goes terribly. Mother is very biphobic, says things like bisexuals don't exist, you're just experimenting, it's just a phase, and so on. So our main character is like, get out now, to the mother, and the mother leaves, but she's crying, she's in tears, so our main character decides to follow her on the street. Then weird things start happening. The first thing is that fish start falling out of the sky, and just a lot of crazy things happen in the next few pages. It turns out that at the end of this day, May 23rd, almost 8 million people have died all over the world, but mostly in America. 90% are Americans. Then we move on to 4 years later. What happened on May 23rd is called the low probability event because so many people died in like really impossible ways at the same time. And 4 years later, our main character is utterly depressed when a special agent knocks on her door. And he's from the Low Probability Event Commission, and he's like, I've read her book, and her book is on this entertainment company. I don't really know what she's written, but like, I think she was trying to say that they're fraud, that they, I don't know. And he says, I think there's a connection between not only this company, but specifically a casino they own and the low probability event. And he asks her to come investigate this casino with him. Now they're at the casino, they started their investigation. That's like a very short summary. I'm leaving a lot of things out to not spoil things. But yeah, crazy. It's been crazy already. It's kind of reminding me of Final Destination, just with how out there and gruesome the deaths have been so far. But like entirely different setup, obviously. But that's kind of what it's reminding me of. It's definitely giving Summerween vibes. It's set in Las Vegas now. It is summer. It's really giving Summerween vibes. So I'm really happy that I picked this one up. Just going to continue reading and I'll update you. I'm not sure if I'll update you before I finish it or not. We'll see about that. Lucky day, and I'm here to wrap up this vlog. It's Wednesday and I'm filming this on my lunch break, so I technically still have a day and a half to read for Summerween, but tomorrow I'm working like I am today, and in the evening I'm playing Magic the Gathering with some friends, so I probably won't have any time to read tomorrow. So I won't be starting a new book because it seems a bit ridiculous because I won't be able to finish it for Summerween. Lucky day, we have another 4-star read. Very happy with this. I think I like this one more than the Resurrectionist, but I think I did like Bury Your Gaze, the other book that I read from Chuck Tingle, more than this one. This was still very, very fun and actually the perfect read for Summerween because we're going to Las Vegas and it's really hot there. And there's this pool party scene, I think like in the middle of the book somewhere, that was so perfect, so bloody, so gory, but so perfect for Summerween. So I would really recommend this as a horror to read during the summer. I really enjoyed like the wild ride that we went on in this book, and I did enjoy the sci-fi elements that came into it later on, just as with Bury Your Gaze, but I think that my main criticism of this book is that I would have liked it to be a little bit longer. Like I said, it's just under 300 pages, but the ending wrapped up a little bit too fast for me. I think I would have liked a few more chapters to really sit with what we've discovered and what that meant and stuff like that. So I think that that's my main criticism, but otherwise really enjoyed this one. Had a great time with it. And I do have to say, in June I was in a major reading slump, and I think Summerween has cured me because this is the third book that I have finished in July already. That's it for this vlog. I read 2 books, so The Resurrectionist and Lucky Day, both of them 4 stars. Really happy with that. Really happy with my reading. Really happy with all the activities I did in Summerween. Had a great time. So if you made it this far into the video, leave me a ghost emoji for Summerween in the comments. If you don't have anything else to say, just to let me know that you were here. And yeah, make sure to subscribe if you want to follow me on my next bookish adventure. I have no idea what that will be yet, but I will see you then.